people, you are now watching Star News. Breaking news, a mother jailed 75 years for sending daughter into the prostitution. Mother jailed 75 years for prostituting daughters in Johor Bahru. Johor Bahru, a single mother who prostituted her daughters aged 10 and 13 was sentenced 75 years jail on Monday, November 13, according to local media reports. The 39-year-old woman from Kulai was charged with prostituting the girl to two men at a budget hotel in Lakin Perdana, Johor Bahru, for 5 days in October.
She admitted forcing her daughters to have sexual intercourse with two Bangladeshi men while she watched. The woman received 50 ringgit for each of them and paid them between 1 ringgit and 20 ringgit after each session. According to Harian Metro, the mother, who represented herself, pleaded with the court to just fine her as she had two more children, aged 4 and 5, under her care. However, in her argument, Deputy Public Prosecutor Suhaila Saifuddin asked that the accused be given a sentence that reflects her serious crime. It is clear that two girls are traumatized by the incident. We want a sentence that not only serves as a lesson to the accused, but also the whole community as well as all parents. Suhaila was quoted as saying by Harian Metro. Judge Kamarudin Kamsun sentenced the mother to 15 years jail for each charge. As some of the sentences were run concurrently, she will serve 75 years in jail. The local Malay newspaper added that according to statement of facts, the 13-year-old daughter had informed her school through WhatsApp that she was being sold by her mother for two foreign men. At that point, the teenager had not attended school for 18 days. The school then made a police report. Police arrested the mother on October 25 at a house in Taman Bintang near Kulai. 5 men Bangladeshi nationals were also nabbed on November 1st to facilitate investigations into the case.
SPAN then conducts a study on the production, cost, profit, and so on, and does not merely give its approval of receiving an application, he said. The statement by the PNG minister that the federal government determines the water tariff is not true. All concessionaires will have to send the application to SPAN, which, after the study, hand over the federal government, he said. On Kelly, who was winding up debate on the Supply Bill 2018 at the committee stage for the ministry, said the application sent to SPAN must have the approval of the State Executive Council and the relevant solution must be sent along with the application. For the breaking news, now we go to traffic. So, Janurian detained for driving against traffic. One time, an 81-year-old man was arrested for allegedly driving against the traffic at kilometer 234 at the East Coast Expressway LPT on November 9. A video of which went viral on the social media recently. Pahang Traffic Enforcement and Investigation Department Chief Superintendent Muhammad Nur Yusuf Ali said the man from Sungai Lumbang here would be charged in court on November 27. For the time being, the suspect has been released on police bail in one surety, and the investigation was carried out under Section 41 of the Road Transport Act 1987, he said when contacted here today.
He was commenting on the viral video on social sites which showed a Proton Chevy being driven against the traffic at about 4:45 p.m. on November 9. The driver was believed to be driving in the opposite direction at Gambang exit towards the Kuantan Toll Plaza, which caused several cars to stop to avoid crashing into the man's vehicle. How to avoid highway traffic jams during next week's holiday period. Kuala Lumpur. For those wishing to travel during the upcoming holidays, Plus Malaysia Berhad has issued a travel time advisory TTA to help road users plan their journey. In the TTA released today, Johor-bound traffic from the Klang Valley are advised to enter the North-South Expressway and exit between 6 a.m. and 3 p.m. while the Insurance Negeri Sembilan and Melaka should enter the NSC only after 3 p.m. Plus, Managing Director Dr. Nurisa Abdul Hamid said the TTA was important in distributing traffic on the main line, as it could prevent vehicles from converging at the same location at the same time. The sudden spike in traffic at a particular location usually contributes to massive congestion during festive seasons and peak periods, she said. Plus anticipated that approximately 1.6 million vehicles will ply the NSC on the peak days during this holiday period in conjunction with Hari Raya Aidil Adha on September 12, Waisak Day on September 16, and school holidays from September 11 to September 18. The figure translates to a 15% increase from 1.4 million traffic on normal days. As such, we advise the public to plan their journey based on the TTA. Based on our studies and observation, traffic was generally smooth when more drivers followed the TTA during previous festive seasons, Norisa said.
Thank you for the traffic news. Now we go straight to the international news.
International news. Prague Zoo celebrate health of rare Malayan tiger cubs. Prague Zoo celebrate health of two rare Malayan tiger cubs, a male and a female, born there 6 weeks ago. Zoo officials said that the small size of the female belonging to this endangered subspecies had been a cause for concern after two underweight cubs born this spring died.
They are monitoring their weight and development very closely. On Tuesday, the female weighed in at 3.78 kilos on the scales, while the rambunctious male, who tried hard to escape the procedure, scored 5.16 kilos. The male is developing very nicely, absolutely in line with veterinary data. The female was born small and she has to catch up. Her initial weight was too low. The cubs, who have yet to be named by their breeders, were born to Benya and Johan, who have been a couple at Prague Zoo for more than a year.
Tygři malajští jsou v evropských chovech poměrně vzácní, v současné době jich je 17 dospělých jedinců, takže i ty porody nejsou běžné. Do současnosti se pouze 2 jiným zoologickým zahradám podařilo tygra malajského odchovat. Tygři jsou bohužel součástí hoazijské tradiční medicíny, takže je obrovská poptávka po částech tygřích těl.
For Benya, it was literally her last chance to give birth. She is already 11, and tigresses very rarely give birth after 15 years of age. Benya gave birth to another set of cubs in the spring, but they did not survive because they were too small, and Benya was an inexperienced mother. Only 2 other zoos in Europe, including the one in Hill, Germany, in 2013, have successfully bred Malayan tigers to date. Benya's new set of cubs would be safer once they make it to their 6th-month birthday. They will be weaned at 18th month of age. Tiger numbers worldwide have been falling due to the loss of natural habitats and poaching. They are killed for their skins, with their body parts used in traditional Southern Asian medicine. At present, some 3,000 tigers are left worldwide, and there are only several hundred adult Malayan tigers. Breeding is also tricky because of the tigers' habits, such as couples only stays together during the rutting period, as tigers are solitary animals. In addition, the males are often aggressive toward their female partners. However, the inability of the mother to take care of the cubs and diseases may also be the main problem for breeding the tiger.
It is healthy cubs of Malayan tiger species that are facing extinction.
Recently, have seen some states in Malaysian Peninsula, including the Klang Valley, experiencing hot weather up to 35 degrees Celsius. Meteorological Department Director Alwi Bahari said there has been upward trend in local temperature starting from the middle of last week, particularly during the 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. period. Based on our observation record, temperature reading goes back to normal after 5 p.m. The phenomenon is due to Typhoon Lan and that has hit Japan. The hot weather phenomenon is only temporary as it a side effect of Typhoon Lan, pulling together with its water vapor in the Klang Valley into the center of the typhoon. Typhoon Lan recently made landfall in the southern Japan, along the coast near Minamizu, moving northeast at 55 km per hour. Alwi Bahari predicts the hot weather will subside once the typhoon is gone. We are expecting some rains and thunderstorms in the evening in a few states across the Malayan Peninsula. The Meteorological Department is always observing the weather and will give out the notification for heavy rain if needed. The public can visit the website at www.met.gov.my for the latest information. Meanwhile, Secretary of Majlis Profesor Negara (MPN) in the Natural Resources of Environment Cluster, Emeritus Prof. Dr. Abdul Latif Muhammad said the monsoon transition phase in October normally bring rains and thunderstorms, especially in the west coast. However, the formation of tropical typhoon can disrupt the normal pattern of rain and temperature. In the current context, hot weather is due to change in the monsoon wind and the formation of Typhoon Lan at the east of the Philippines. The typhoon is categorized as Category 4, which can cause strong wind and huge waves. Klang Valley and other urban areas will be affected more due to the urban heat island. Malaysia is susceptible to many natural hydrometeorological disasters such as flood, drought, and typhoon that are caused by the global change in weather pattern. Other disasters in ASEAN countries will impact the weather trend in Malaysia as we are influenced by ocean factor and wind pattern. The public is also urged not to partake in the outdoor activity while the hot weather phenomenon is ongoing. Health Director General Dr. Nur Hisham Abdullah said the 36 degrees Celsius weather will create physical pressure on the health of a person. It could lead a fatal heat stroke. The hot and dry weather not only bring negative effect to the ecosystem but also human health. Hence, the Health Ministry advised the public to limit the outdoor activity and drink sufficient amount of water.
The U.S. Gulf Coast brace of Hurricane Nate to make landfall east for New Orleans as a Category 2 storm on Saturday evening, threatening part of Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama with torrential rain, flooding and wind of 100 miles per hour. Nate, the fourth major storm to strike the United States in less than 2 months, killed at least 30 people in the Central America before entering the warm wet water of the Gulf and bearing down on the United States south. The hurricane should make landfall as early as 8 p.m. Saturday, New Orleans Mayor Mitch Landrieu said. Low-lying southern East Louisiana, just south of the city, was the likely target. The United States National Hurricane Center said, "We're in the fight now. The storm is on us," Landrieu told reporters at a hearing on the Saturday afternoon, adding that conditions were expected to rapidly deteriorate. Still a Category 1 hurricane, Nate was approaching the mouth of the Mississippi River at 4 p.m. Central Time, moving northwest at 23 mph. Maximum sustained winds were hovering at about 90 mph with higher gusts but the hurricane could still strengthen to Category 2 before landfall. The issue a hurricane warning from Grand Island, Louisiana to the Alabama-Florida border. A state of emergency was declared for more than 2 dozen Florida counties and for the state of Alabama, Louisiana, and Mississippi. New Orleans, about 97 kilometers north of the Grand Island, evacuated some residents from areas outside its level system. As the storm approached, the wind could cause significant power outage in the city, Landry said. Landry declared a mandatory curfew in the city from 7 p.m. Saturday till 7 a.m. Sunday and urged residents and an estimated 40,000 visitors to shelter in place overnight when the worst conditions are expected. We have been through this many times. There is no need to panic, Landry told reporters in the path of Hurricane Katrina, which triggered severe flooding in New Orleans and killed hundreds of people in August 2005. But residents of the city, known as the Big Easy, were taking it into the strike at a Louis hardware store in the South Roach area of New Orleans. There were short lines around midday and plentiful supplies of propane generator and plywood. They said for some residents of New Orleans, memory of Katrina and Hurricane Bessie in 1985 were still vivid. By Saturday afternoon, as Ned's outer band fell sheet of rain on the city, residents had filled 13,000 sandbags at a fire hall on Elysian Field Drive, just one of 5 such sandbag depots in the city. Alabama brace. After hitting the United States Gulf Coast, the storm is likely to veer to the northeast and cut through Alabama, the state likely to be hit hardest. Republican Governor Kay Ivey urged residents in areas facing heavy wind and storm surges to precaution. Between 10 cm and 20 cm of rain will fall from the southern Mississippi and northern and western Alabama to northern Georgia, middle and eastern Tennessee, western North Carolina, and Virginia Panhandle. AccuWeather forecast. Ned will mark the fourth major storm to slam the United States in the current hurricane season, following Harvey, Irma, and Maria, which devastated Texas, Florida, and Puerto Rico. But as a Category 1 and 2, the weakest in the 5 category ranking used by the meteorologists, Ned may not pack the same punch as its predecessors. Major shipping ports across the central United States Gulf Coast were closed to inbound and outbound traffic on Saturday, as Ned intensified and storm surge of up 11 feet were expected at the mouth of the Mississippi River. The storm curtailed 92% of daily oil production and 77% of daily natural gas output in the Gulf of Mexico, more than 3 times the amount affected by Harvey. Workers had been evacuated from 301 platforms and 13 reached as of Saturday, and said the United States Bureau of Safety and Environmental Enforcement. Before heading north into the Gulf, Ned brushed Mexico, Yucatan Peninsula, home to beach resorts such as Cancun, Playa del Carmen to the north. Star News. The storm dosed Central America with heavy rain on Thursday, killing at least 16 people in Nicaragua, 10 in Costa Rica, 2 in Honduras, and 2 in El Salvador. Thousands were forced to evacuate their homes and Costa Rica government declared a state of emergency.
To Najwa Hairuddin. The last is Sport News by Afika Humaira.
Tasha Sheila worried about injury. National woman singer Tasha Sheila fears she has aggravated her injury. Despite suffering from an IT band complication, the 19 years old played in the Malaysia International Challenge in Pasir Gudang, Johor. And as a result, crashed out in the quarterfinals on Friday. She lost 21-15, 21-17 to 5th seed Thanh Minh of Vietnam. Tasha Sheila is now worried that she may have aggravated her injury, which would cost her dearly, especially ahead of important tournaments next year. Tasha Sheila had this injury before coming to Pasir Gudang, but it didn't seem serious. Tasha Sheila wanted to play on, but clearly she couldn't. Not taking anything away from the Thanh Minh though, Tasha Sheila played brilliantly and showed what it means to have experience. If the injury is not serious, the Kedah-born will travel to Gwangju City for the Korea Master GP Gold on November 28 until December 3. England woman Karen Bardsley named in World Cup qualifier squad. Goalkeeper Karen Bardsley has been named in England's 26-player squad for their home World Cup qualifiers against Bosnia-Herzegovina and Kazakhstan. Bardsley has not played for England since breaking her leg during their Euro 2017 campaign in July. Kira Walsh and Leah Williamson have been called up for the first time. England played Bosnia-Herzegovina at Bank Stadium in Warsaw on 24 November before facing Kazakhstan at Colchester United 4 days later. Reading midfielder Jed Moore, who has 43 international caps, has missed out after ankle surgery. Midfielders Walsh and Williamson played under interim manager Mo Marley in the under-19 set-up and were part of the under-23 squad that won the Nordic tournament in May. England began their qualifying campaign with an emphatic 6-0 victory over Russia in September. Tasha Sheila is a Malaysian woman badminton player. Recent days, she has been called Malaysia's next great hope. Hi Tasha, how do you feel about the recent competition?
I was disappointed when I failed to reach the final in Germany, but I do not want to think too much about it. In fact, the draw for the Malaysian IC is not easy at all. Apart from Mei Ling, the rest of the women's single department are all here.
I hope you will be success in future and will get better soon. That's all for today. I'm Najwa Hairuddin.
I'm Nurul Syairah Cik Din, your anchor for today.
Have a nice day.